There's been a lot of Etched in Stars champions over its near 5-year run. Some of them good, like The Rock, Kurt Angle, CM Punk, and some of them bad, like Larry, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman. But in this top 6 video today, we will be taking a look at the best 6 Etched in Stars championship reigns of all time. Number 6, Drew McIntyre. Coming at number 6, Drew McIntyre had an amazing first Etched in Stars championship reign. Of course, he beat The Rock at Elimination Chamber, and he only ended up holding it for a small 49 days. But beating The Rock at Elimination Chamber was a pretty big feat because The Rock had that championship for 190 days. And with one maneuver, Drew McIntyre became Etched in Stars champion. Now he would go to hold it for 49 days, which is just over a month. And he would lose at WrestleMania, but not to the man who won the Royal Rumble, Rey Mysterio. He would lose it to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, of course, was Mr. Money in the Bank. Number 5. Coming in at number 5 is The Undertaker. His first Etched in Stars championship reign out of 2 lasted 112 days. He beat Nikki Bella, who was the former longest reigning Etched in Stars champion of all time. Now, to get into that matchup, him and Chris Jericho had a match at No Mercy where the number 1 contender, well, it was for a number 1 contendership. That didn't go too well because it became a draw. At Hell in a Basket, it was a triple threat, and The Undertaker won, of course, getting his Etched in Stars championship run off the ground. Of course, this was back when the Ministry of Darkness was a thing. Pretty good times. But losing his title, he would lose it to AJ Styles, who cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase after holding it for a number of months. And of course, AJ was the first person to ever cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, so it was a pretty big deal. Coming in at number 4, CM Punk in his second reign. CM Punk's second reign lasted 93 days. CM Punk joined the Bullet Club, and he became their leader. And at SummerSlam, it was a triple threat between Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, and CM Punk. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman were pretty bad champions. Both of them had 2 reigns with the championship, and while Samoa Joe's first reign was pretty good, the second one was not. Now, when CM Punk entered himself in this matchup, he was gone since WrestleMania, vowing if he lost at WrestleMania, he would leave the company. But at SummerSlam, he came back with long hair and all, and he would hold this championship until Survivor Series, where he would lose it to Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle, of course, only had a few months in the company when he grabbed that championship. But CM Punk did hold it for quite a long time, and he had a lot of great feuds. Coming in at number 3, John Cena's first reign, which lasted 65 days. Now, it was pretty hard to piece together which John Cena championship reign should go here. He had 3 Etched in Stars championship reigns. He had the one where he beat The Rock. He beat The Rock in The Rock's first reign at the Royal Rumble a little later on. And his next reign after that was Shattered John Cena beating Kurt Angle. All these reigns lasted 60-some days. However, this reign, in our opinion here at Etched in Stars, was certainly the best. Why? Because John Cena had an entourage with him. John Cena was doing something different. He became himself. This was the start of his heel run, which lasted for several years. And it was the first big thing John Cena did. It was the start of Evolution. And of course, at Evolution, there's a lot of great things that happened with Evolution. You had John Cena, Seth Rollins, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Triple H, and they all helped Cena keep that championship. Of course, Cena beat Brock Lesnar, as Lesnar looked like an unstoppable champion, but Cena was just able to beat him. And of course, Cena will lose that later to AJ Styles. Coming in at number 2, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella had a very interesting championship reign. It was also a very, very surprising one. She beat Samoa Joe in Samoa Joe's first championship reign. And Samoa Joe, of course, did beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania that year. Now, Samoa Joe lost to Nikki Bella, not because of Nikki Bella's prowess in the ring and what she could really do between those ropes, no. It was the debut of Broken John Cena, and Broken John Cena absolutely annihilated Samoa Joe and helped Nikki Bella pick up the pinfall. Now, Nikki Bella only had a few title defenses in this period of time that she was champion, but beating Samoa Joe was certainly something great that she did. She defeated Becky Lynch in a match that was rather interesting, but she eventually got the help from Randy Orton, who would end up teaming up with Cena and her for a small period of time, and she ended up retaining her championship. Of course, she would lose it later on to The Undertaker at Hell in the Basket. Coming in at number 1, the best Etchin' Stars champion of all time, The Rock. I mean, how could you not say it's The Rock? In his second reign, he held it 190 days, way better than his first reign of only 30. He beat Finn Balor and Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam in 2019 to get the championship. I mean, sure, Cody Rhodes kind of screwed over Balor there, and then that led to The Rock getting the victory. But eventually, The Rock ended up losing that championship, and he lost it to Drew McIntyre at Elimination Chamber in early 2020 in quite a very, very quick fashion to only one Claymore kick. But The Rock had many great title defenses. He had 2 classics against Hulk Hogan, one against regular Hulk Hogan, one against Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He had a match with Jon Moxley. He had a match with Drew McIntyre. I mean, The Rock had lots and lots of matches. Well, thanks everybody for watching here. What top 6 would you like to see next? Tell us in the comments.